Here's the point. When we don't pay close attention to the decisions made by our leaders, when we fail to educate ourselves about the major issues of the day, when we choose not to make our voices and opinions heard, that's when democracy breaks down. That's when power is abused. That's when the most extreme voices in our society fill the void that we leave. That's when powerful interests and their lobbyists are most able to buy access and influence. In the corridors of power, because none of us are there to speak up and stop them. Participation in public life doesn't mean that you all have to run for public. Office, though we could certainly use some fresh faces in Washington. But it does mean that you should pay attention and contribute in any way that you can. Stay informed. Write letters. Or make phone calls on behalf of an issue you care about. If electoral politics isn't your thing, continue the tradition so many of you started here. At Michigan, and find a way to serve your community and your country, and act that will. Help you stay connected to your fellow citizens and improve the lives of those around you. It was 50 years ago that a young candidate for president came here to Michigan and delivered. A speech that inspired one of the most successful service projects in American history. And as John F. Kennedy described the ideals behind what would become the Peace Corps, he issued a challenge to the students who had assembled in Ann Arbor on that October night. On your willingness to contribute part of your life to this country, he said. Will depend the answer whether a free society can compete. I think it can, he said. This democracy we have is a precious thing. For all the arguments and all the doubts and all the cynicism that's out there today, we should never forget that as Americans. We enjoy more freedoms and opportunities than citizens in any other nation on earth. We are free to speak our mind and worship as we please. We are free to choose our leaders, and criticize them if they let us down. We have the chance to get an education, and work hard, and give our children a better life. None of this came easy. None of this was preordained. The men and women who sat in your chairs 10 years ago and 50 years ago and 100 years. Ago they made America possible through their toil and their endurance and their imagination and their faith. Their success, and America's success, was never a given. And there is no guarantee that the graduates who will sit in these same seats 10 years from now, or 50 years from now, or 100 years from now, will enjoy the same freedoms and opportunities that you do. You, too, will have to strive. You, too, will have to push the boundaries of what seems possible. For the truth is, our nation's destiny has never been certain. What is certain, what has always been certain, is the ability to shape that destiny. That is what makes us different. That is what sets us apart. That is what makes us Americans, our ability at the end of the day to look past all of our differences and all of our disagreements and still forge a common future. That task is now in your hands, as is the answer to the question posed at this. University half a century ago about whether a free society can still compete. If you are willing, as past generations were willing. To contribute part of your life to the life of this country, then I, like President Kennedy, believe we can. Because I believe in you. Congratulations on your graduation, 2010. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Barack Obama. On strengthening the economy for the middle class. Delivered February 15, 2013, Hyde Park Career Academy, Chicago, Illinois. Hey, Chicago. Hello, Chicago. Hello, everybody. Hello, Hyde Park. It is good to be home. It is good to be home. Everybody have a seat. You all relax. It's just me. You all know me. It is good to be back home. A couple of people I want to acknowledge. First of all, I want to thank your mayor, my great friend. Rahm Emanuel, for his outstanding leadership of the city and his kind introduction. I want to thank everybody here at Hyde Park Academy for welcoming me here today. I want to acknowledge your principal and your assistant principal, although they really make me feel old, because when I saw them, where are they? Where are they? Stand up. Stand up. They are doing outstanding work. We're very Very proud them. But you do make me feel old. Sit down. A couple other people I want to acknowledge. Governor Pat Quinn is here doing great work down in Springfield. My great friend and senior Senator Dick Durbin is in the house. Congressman Bobby Rush is here. We're in his district. Attorney General and former seatmate of mine when I was in the state Senate, Lisa Madigan. County Board President used to be my alderwoman Toni Preckwinkle in the House. And I see a lot of reverend clergy here. But I'm not going to mention them, because if I miss one I'm in trouble. They're all friends of mine. They've been knowing me. Some people may not know this, but obviously, this is my old neighborhood. I used to teach right around the corner. This is where Michelle and I met, where we fell in love. Audience, awe. President Obama, this is where we raised our daughters. In a house just about a mile away from here, less than a mile. And that's really what I've come here to talk about today, raising our kids. Audience, we love you. President Obama, I love you, too. I love you, too. I'm here to make sure that we talk about and then work towards giving every child every chance in life. Building stronger communities and new ladders of opportunity that they can climb into the middle class and beyond, and, most importantly, keeping them safe from harm. Michelle was born and raised here, a proud daughter of the South Side. Last weekend, she came home, but it was to attend the funeral of Hattie Ya Pendleton. And Hattie Ya's parents, by the way, are here, and I want to just acknowledge them. They are just wonderful, wonderful people. And as you know, this week, in my State of the Union, I talked about Hattie Ya on Tuesday night, and the fact that unfortunately what happened to Hattie Ya is not unique. It's not unique to Chicago. It's not unique to this country. Too many of our children are being taken away from us. Two months ago, America mourned 26 innocent first graders and their educators in Newtown. And today, I had the high honor of giving the highest civilian award I can give. To the parent or the families of the educators who had been killed in Newtown. And there was something profound and uniquely heartbreaking and tragic. Obviously, about a group of 6-year-olds being killed. But last year, there were 443 murders with a firearm on the streets of the city. And 65 of those victims were 18 and under. So that's the equivalent of a new town every 4 months. And that's precisely why the overwhelming majority of Americans are asking for some common sense proposals to make it harder for criminals to get their hands on a gun. And as I said on Tuesday night, I recognize not everybody agrees with every issue. There are regional differences. The experience of gun ownership is different in urban areas than it is in rural areas, different from upstate and downstate Illinois. But these proposals deserve a vote in Congress. They deserve a vote. They deserve a vote. And I want to thank those members of Congress who are working together in a serious way to try to address this issue. But I've also said no law or set of laws can prevent every senseless act of violence in this country. When a child opens fire on another child, there's a hole in that child's heart that government can't fill. Only community and parents and teachers and clergy can fill that hole. In too many neighborhoods today, whether here in Chicago or the farthest reaches of rural America, it can. Feel like for a lot of young people the future only extends to the next street corner or the outskirts of town. That no matter how much you work or how hard you try, your destiny was determined the moment you were born. There are entire neighborhoods where young people, they don't see an example of somebody succeeding. And for a lot of young boys and young men, in particular, they don't see an example of fathers or grandfathers. Uncles, who are in a position to support families and be held up and respected. And so that means that this is not just a gun issue. It's also an issue of the kinds of communities that we're building. And for that, we all share a responsibility, as citizens, to fix it. We all share a responsibility to move this country closer to our founding vision that no matter who you are, or where you come from, here in America, you can decide your own destiny. You can succeed if you work hard and fulfill your responsibilities.